green to cut today. And the lettuce that was on the plate in there, Janine grew that. My great-granddaughter, Carrie, there she is over there. And she's gonna make me a great-great-grandmother for the second time. And little Hayden that runs around, who is the apple of my eye. And I have to tell you, Kay, listen to this. When Vicki saw Johnny's picture, no, when she saw Hayden's picture, she looked and she said, "Oh, he looks just like your husband." And that's what Diane's always said. So, I have 2 grandsons by Julie, my daughter who's deceased, David and Duncan. David is in Columbia, and Duncan has changed his phone number, so I don't know. I think he's still in town, but I can't get a hold of him. Mariana, I was so shocked that this girl did not go into the environmental work, because when she was in college, she argued with all of her professors and saying, "You don't know what you're talking about. Art Marshall told me this." And Mrs. Douglas, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, those of you that are not really familiar might not know who that is, but she's called the mother of the Everglades. But it's a wonder she didn't get thrown out of class. And her husband, Mac, and the little baby over there, I guess she's in the stroller. That's Neil. That's my newest great-granddaughter. And I'm really proud of her. She's got the best personality. One thing I love about my grandchildren is that we're friends. All of us are friends. This girl, I mean, when I was in better health, I'd call and say, "Marion, what are you doing Saturday? Let's go have lunch." Or she'd call me and say, "Let's go," and we'd go shopping. And, you know, that's what life's all about. It really is. And she is. I'm so proud of your daughter. She's just got such a great personality. And, oh, by the way, her mother-in-law is over there, too. the other grandmother. Well, my youngest grandchild is Justin, and unfortunately he has a very bad cough. And I think that he is, for my sake, he doesn't want to spread his germs around. But he lived here with me in this house with his mother for 1 year when he was between 3 and 4. And then he lived next door in the house that my friends here live in. And then he lived in 2013, he lived here for another year. So, all right, I skipped a card here somewhere. Well, where is my there she is. This is David's daughter. She is my second no, she's my third great-grandchild. I have, I don't know. She's been there somewhere. When you get down to great grades, you know, it's hard to keep the generation in order. But she's 17 years old. When she was a little girl, she lived next door with her mom, with Julie. And when she had to go to nursery school, I babysat her baby dolls. And she'd come home and she'd say, "Well, Grandma, how are my babies today?" So I've had a wonderful relationship with my grandchildren, too. I don't know if Hayden, I guess Hayden isn't here. Is he over here? Well, Hayden and Mila are the newest additions to my life. And I have to say, Hayden, he's a lover. He was about 13 or 14 months old. He was just walking really well. And I went over in the wheelchair, and he pulled a chair over as close to me as he could get. He wiggled it around until he got it close. He sat up in the chair, and he looked up at me, and he just stared at me. And then he just crawled right back down and ran away. And when he ran away, he went to the French doors, opened the French doors, went outside, and picked a flower. What do they call those purple things? Lumbago. He brought me a plant, and he came back in, crawled up on the chair again, and he presented it. And it was just so sweet, and I'm saying how much I loved it. He got down and went and got me another one. And from the time he was probably 8 months old, he's been giving me kisses. And boy, he can really kiss. He was a little slow to talk, or at least he was talking, but we just couldn't understand him. But he started saying to his great-grandmother, he'd say, Mojo ho, Mojo ho, Mojo ho, and everybody said, what was he saying? He was saying, Ma Jones' house. He wanted to go to Ma Jones' house. And he's special. And Neela, like I said, she's a happy, contented baby. I wish I could spend more time with her, but I am looking forward to reading her The Cat in the Hat. Carrie have lived next door to me almost her entire life, most of her life. And she'd had a few life lessons that she learned from Grandma Jones. And I still have the scissors, and I'm going to have them mounted on red velvet in frames so you can hang them on your wall. The story behind that was, I had a brand new pair of scissors. I paid like $28 for them. And she was going to make flower arrangements, so she was cutting wire. I said, do not touch those scissors. Well, I got up and left the room. When I came back, she was sitting there cutting the wire with my new scissors. I made her pay for the new scissors. But I still have them. She's the mother of my love of my life, and of Mirabella, and the Mirabella is spelled M-A-R-I after Grandma, and the Bella means beautiful, so that's after me. Now there's one family, well, this one right here, she's one of my girls, and so is both of these two are my granddaughter and my girl. And John is my girl's husband. He is the,
husband-in-law.
Husband-in-law. So, can I tell the story about you guys getting in bed?
I'm going to pause this for Bob. I don't know if you two are ready for that one.
Sonny was living here. She was separated from her husband.